a colorful spinning globe with different continents lighting up. Hey kids! Did you know some countries are so big or special that they spread across more than one continent? These countries are called transcontinental countries. Today we're going to learn what that means and explore some cool places that belong to two continents. What is a transcontinental country? A simple diagram showing one country sitting between two continents with an arrow connecting them. A transcontinental country is a country that has land in two or more continents. Some of them are very big, and some are connected by bridges or straits. Let's see who they are. Russia, the biggest transcontinental country. A split map of Russia, showing its European part on the left and Asian part on the right, with iconic Russian landmarks in both areas. Our first country is Russia, the largest transcontinental country in the world. Russia is in both Europe and Asia. Most people live in the European part, in cities like Moscow, but most of the land is in Asia. Russia has mountains, forests, and even the freezing tundra in Siberia. Russia covers more land than any other country in the world. Turkey, where east meets west. A map of Turkey, showing the Bosporus Strait that divides the European and Asian sides, with a boat traveling across. Next we have Turkey. Turkey is split between Europe and Asia by the Bosporus Strait. The city of Istanbul is special because it's the only city in the world that's part of two continents. People can travel between Europe and Asia by simply crossing a bridge or taking a short boat ride. Turkey is famous for blending European and Asian cultures in its food, music, and art. Egypt, a land in Africa and Asia. A map of Egypt showing the Sinai Peninsula connecting Africa and Asia, with pyramids in Africa and mountains in Asia. Let's visit Egypt. Most of Egypt is in Africa, but a small part called the Sinai Peninsula is in Asia. Egypt is known for its ancient history and monuments like the pyramids and the Sphinx, but the Sinai Peninsula is famous for its beautiful mountains and hiking trails. Egypt is home to the Nile River, the longest river in the world. Kazakhstan, across Europe and Asia. A map of Kazakhstan with its European and Asian parts highlighted, with steppes and modern cities like Nur-Sultan, Astana. Kazakhstan is another country that's spread across Europe and Asia. Most of its land is in Central Asia, but a small part stretches into Europe. Kazakhstan is known for its huge grasslands, called steppes, and its modern cities like Nur-Sultan. Kazakhstan is famous for its spaceport, the Baikonur Cosmodrome, where astronauts launch into space. Azerbaijan, land of fire. A map of Azerbaijan, with its location between Europe and Asia, and fiery natural gas flames on the land. Azerbaijan is a country between Europe and Asia too. It's known as the Land of Fire because of its burning mountains, where natural gas flames come out of the ground. The capital, Baku, is a modern city on the Caspian Sea, and the country has a rich blend of cultures from both continents. People from all over the world visit Azerbaijan to see the burning mountain called Yanar Dagh. Georgia, a mountainous country. A map of Georgia with the Caucasus Mountains dividing Europe and Asia, plus castles and monasteries. Georgia is a small country in the Caucasus region where Europe meets Asia. It's famous for its mountains, ancient castles, and delicious food. Georgia has a rich history and is one of the world's oldest winemaking regions. Georgia has a mountain called Kazbek, which is over 5,000 meters tall. Armenia, a country of ancient history. A map of Armenia, showing its location in the Caucasus, with Mount Ararat and historical churches. Armenia is also located in the Caucasus, between Europe and Asia. It has an ancient history, with some of the world's oldest churches and monasteries. Armenians are proud of their culture and traditions, and they believe that Mount Ararat, near their borders, is where Noah's Ark landed. Armenia was the first country to adopt Christianity as its national religion. Indonesia, islands in two worlds. A map of Indonesia, with its islands across Asia and Oceania, showing tropical jungles and volcanoes. Now let's travel to Indonesia. Indonesia is made up of thousands of islands, and while most of them are in Asia, some are part of Oceania. Indonesia is famous for its beautiful beaches, rainforests, and active volcanoes. It's also home to amazing animals like orangutans and Komodo dragons. Indonesia has over 130 active volcanoes, more than any other country. Cyprus, a European country in Asia. A map of Cyprus with its location in the Mediterranean Sea, and images of sunny beaches and historical ruins. Cyprus is an island nation in the Mediterranean Sea, located geographically in Asia, but considered part of Europe culturally and politically. It's known for its beautiful beaches, ancient ruins, and mix of cultures. People love to visit Cyprus for the sun and the sea. Cyprus is said to be the birthplace of Aphrodite, the ancient Greek goddess of love. Denmark and Greenland, a European country in North America. A map showing Denmark in Europe and Greenland in North America, with snowy landscapes and icebergs. Denmark is a small country in Europe, but did you know it also owns Greenland, the world's largest island, which is part of North America? Greenland is covered in ice and snow and is home to the Inuit people, who live in small, cozy villages. Even though Greenland is covered in ice, it's called Greenland because early explorers thought its southern coast was green and fertile. Conclusion. Why are transcontinental countries special? A map of the world showing all the transcontinental countries we visited, with their flags and famous landmarks. So kids, transcontinental countries are super special because they belong to more than one continent. That means they have different cultures, landscapes, and histories all mixed together. Which transcontinental country would you like to visit? List of transcontinental countries. Covered. Russia, Europe and Asia. Turkey, Europe and Asia. Egypt, Africa and Asia. Kazakhstan, Europe and Asia. Azerbaijan, Europe and Asia. Georgia, Europe and Asia. Armenia, Europe and Asia. Indonesia, Asia and Oceania. Cyprus, Asia and Europe, culturally. Denmark, Greenland, Europe and North America. Please subscribe for more.